Good evening, it is Stacy, and I wanted to chat tonight, just while it's on my mind, the game of life. Like, what if the game of life is we're born into this world as souls, as divinity, like pure and innocent, and then life happens, right? So it's the game of life. We have a choice. We have a choice to choose our humanity, right? Or we have a choice to choose our divinity. So, but the whole time implanted in us is our heart, which is our guiding light, right? And so the game of life when we come to earth is to discover like what it is that makes us happy or excited, and that's our heart. And do we choose to follow it, or do we listen to other people, or do we go by what we're taught, what we're conditioned, our religion, our way we're brought up by our parents, so do we follow that, or do we follow our hearts, which is our intuition, which is the path of why we're here? So what if we did have a destiny? What if we came here already knowing what we're destined to experience? It's embedded in our heart, and when we feel excited, like that's a breadcrumb. So I just want to plant that seed, because I know we've been conditioned, we've been programmed, we have all these beliefs in how we should act or be, and we're more about people pleasing versus our own self. Like, it's all about self-love. This life is all about remembering who we are, because really everything at the core of us, whoever we are at that moment, like, it reflects to us in our outer. So the main thing for the game of life is to find our heart, find that excitement, and follow that thread. You don't have to know the plan the whole time, but you get these breadcrumbs, you follow it, and then you just wait for the next excitement. And so life could be that easy. Do we have the courage, though, to follow this path? Do we have the courage to follow our heart and to stand up for our beliefs, and to stand up? Because I know I'm very different than my family. My mom says I live in La La Land, and she's all about, the society and, yeah, the bullshit the media that pumps out. So, so there's two different spectrums, but I follow my heart. I don't feed into the fear. I feed into what excites me, and I do it. There's no holding back with it. And the way for that is that one-on-one, that meditation. That's the only way we find it, is when we spend time alone. Because when we're not in silence, when we're not focusing on our heart and what's important to us, then we're drowned out by all the other stuff, So we give our attention away. Whatever we focus on is what we create. So the energy is so key. We're channels. And it's so important to remember that. So a lot of times when we're not going with our heart, we're going with fear, and we're feeding into anxiety, and this is all a channel. Love cannot occupy the same channel as fear or anxiety. It's one or the other. So we have a choice in every moment. Do we choose our divinity, or do we choose our divinity or humanity? So that's the thing with being humans, is we have a choice. We have free will. So that's why it's the game of life. Are we going to choose love, divinity, or are we going to choose fear, our conditioning, our beliefs, and all of that, the stories and all of that? So the choice is ours. It's the game of life. I choose love. I choose excitement. I follow the thread of excitement, which I know is my path. I have the courage to follow my heart, because I know it leads the way home, baby. So enjoy your evening, and I will see you tomorrow.